Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome to my channel, Roseology. So today's reading, we are looking into the next 6 months to see what amazing surprises, blessings, and changes that you have coming to you. So these are the changes that you were not expecting. So spoiler alert, if you do not want to get the jump on your next 6 months and you just kind of want to wing it, then I would not recommend this reading for you right now. But if you are curious to see what the universe is currently working on behind the scenes for you, then you have come to the right place. Okay, so yeah, let's go on ahead and just get to the disclaimers. So tarot, or at least my readings, are not meant to tell you anything that you do not know, as much as they are here to confirm the things that you do know but have forgotten. So if something does not resonate, then either that part of the message isn't meant for you, or you might not be ready to hear it. Tarot is going to reveal truths about our energetic frequencies, and we have to be ready and willing to hear those truths in order for these messages to resonate. Okay, so take what resonates, leave everything else. For those of you that want to participate in this meditation, let me just say, like I always do, that this is a general reading for the collective. So in order for this reading to resonate with you, you need to be synced into the energy of this reading. To help you do that and to help you select a pile with your third eye and not your physical ones, I'll be offering a 60-second meditation. 30 seconds into that meditation, I'll be placing crystals for those that like to pick piles with objects on them. If you are drawn to another pile, that's because there's another message for you in that pile. So if you are ready, get into a relaxed position, become aware of your entire body, starting with your feet, and work that awareness up in sections from the feet to the head. Then take a deep breath in through your nose for around 5 seconds. Hold that breath for 3 seconds. Then exhale for 6 to 7 seconds. Then ask your guides, spirit, ancestors, the universe, or all of them to connect you to your higher self so you can intuitively select the pile that is meant for you. So this is pile number 1. This is pile number 2. This is pile number 3. This is pile number 4. Pile number 5. And this is pile number 6. And we'll start that meditation right now. Here on pile 1, we have citrine. Pile 2, we have hematite and quartz. On pile 3, we have Botswana agate. I finally know the name thanks to you guys. On pile 4, we have a big chunk of clear quartz. On pile 5, azurite and malachite. On pile 6, smoky quartz. right, hopefully that meditation was enough time for you to pick a pile and tap into your own psychic awareness. I want to take this time to thank your guides, my guides, our higher self, and beautiful spirit for these messages today. Now let's see what your next 6 months has in store for you, and I will meet you over at your pile. All right, in pile number 1, welcome to your reading. So we're going to be starting off with your tarot cards before getting to your oracle cards. What major surprises and changes, some exciting news that you have on the way to you that you may not be aware of. So let's go ahead and get started. For your tarot cards we have here, we have the 5 of Wands in reverse and the 7 of Pentacles. Okay, so the big news coming in is concerning your environment, pile 1. Some of you live in toxic situations or chaotic environments where there's differences, arguments, a lot of judgment as well. And I see over the next 6 months, you completely breaking away from that. I'm going to be honest though, it looks like in the beginning, you'll be more isolated and alone, but you'll end up creating more of a community around yourself in due time. I also, for those of you involved with a court case, see that you're on track to winning and even removing some sort of stigma from your reputation, or maybe there's like something on your record. I see that actually like being expunged, being removed. There's a lot of cleaning up your image or the way that you are perceived happening over the next 6 months for you, pile 1. Another huge change is the way that you make money. You won't have to scrape and fight and work yourself to the bone in order to make the money that you're making, in order to make ends meet. You won't have to compete for attention and opportunities anymore either. All of these changes for you are coming from the sense of peace. Having a lot more peace in your life and outlook is going to start to spill into other areas of your life. So it'll be a lot easier for you to make money in the coming months, especially for those of you sitting on a gold mine of ideas and projects. There's a big investment happening here. And this can go either way, where you're the one that ends up investing money in like a stock or a business or a person, something like that. Or this could be like a business investor coming in for you to invest in you. Someone with a lot of money that sees major potential in you or your project or your ideas will be coming in to back you. So like I said, that can go either which way. Okay. And one really funny message coming through for you, it keeps popping up, is some of you marrying into money or dating someone with a lot of money, like a benefactor maybe, or something kind of like sugar daddy, sugar mama sort of situation. But there's a masculine energy really stepping into the picture. And this could be a woman with masculine energy or a man. So I do see the loss of a couple of relationships around you over the next half year and you having to make peace with that. But you having to bury it in a sense, like kind of like with the 7 of Pentacles right here, kind of looks like you just got done burying something or planting something. But these people or relationships that you lose were really toxic for you. And it's like as you walk away from those relationships, the loss of those relationships are like the seeds for you that you're burying, and they're going to start to sprout this new beginning. And so, these toxic relationships and people were keeping you in a state of lack, pile 1. So while I see some relationships around you ending, I see you picking up and gaining a lot of really valuable people that have a lot more to offer you. And not just in terms of money, but even in terms of like commitment, consistency, emotional support, advice, knowledge, opportunities, and getting you involved with a completely different circle. You won't lose all your relationships, but the toxic ones around you will be put to a major test, and you're going to have to trust in the demise of these connections. It's for a profound reason. I would not fight it if I were you. And especially too, if you actually did some sort of a protection ritual over the last couple of months and you notice certain relationships in your life start dropping like flies, that's that protection coming in and working for you. Okay, so this is actually that prayer of protection that you placed over yourself and over your life and over your business opportunities and your money and your finances and your health and things like that. That's that protection kicking into action and working for you. Okay, let's go ahead and check out you guys' oracle cards here. So we'll just flip them all over. So we have, okay, see, like I said, don't worry about this. Trust. So we have trust, I am safe, I am secure, and love, I trust, my faith endures. Then we have honesty. Okay, I can't always expect the truth from others, but I can expect it from myself. Trust and honesty. And then we have take risk. Okay. With trust, This is trust in what happens, pile one. It's for your own good, as well as trust is saying there's people coming into your life and jobs and circumstances that you can trust in more than like your previous or your past relationships. You really will not have to worry about these opportunities and people coming into your life. And honesty, it says, I can't always expect the truth from others, but I can't expect it from myself. You see the trend here? Honesty, trust, the toxicity around you now, pile one, I wouldn't say is necessarily dishonest people, but it's more so like unaware people. These are individuals that cannot look themselves in the mirror and they do not know how to be accountable for their own actions. Spirit is pulling you out of these types of relationships entirely because it's really difficult for you to thrive in this type of climate. And then with take risk over here, you see, like, naturally you're trying to fight the ending of these relationships. More than likely you may try to. You'll try to hold on to them. Ultimately, you won't be given much of a choice though, because when you're dealing with other people, they're the ones that decide on their actions. Their actions have nothing to do with you, just like your actions have nothing to do with them or anyone else. So the people that you cannot trust and rely on will make it obliviously obvious for you that they are undependable, and the risk for you will be leaving those relationships behind and this chapter behind to walk into a completely new reality where the people that you are around will talk different, act different, think different. This is completely new energy. So this take risk is full card energy right here. That risk is this new beginning that you're really embarking on. Okay, so I need to turn off my AC, but let me just finish up your pile here. I'm going to shuffle one more card here just to kind of see what else may be coming towards you. So let's see what we get here. You can think of something as I'm shuffling as well. You may get an answer or okay, look you guys, what was I talking about? Protection. Whatever protection ritual you did, it's going to start kicking in. It's going to start working. And get some more. I feel like we've got a couple more messages for you. So let's just see. Then we have potential. Sounds a lot like this take risk card right here. So there's going to be some opportunities for you that may feel a bit risky, but they have a lot of potential in them. And then we have solitude. Like I mentioned, yeah, you're going to be alone for a little bit after the end of these other relationships, but it's really all for your own good, pile one. It's really all for your own good. That just might be yeah, see, patience. Just have patience. It's really for your own good, for you to kind of step away from these relationships to get out of their way. And then we have wonder. So yeah, there's some like kind of miracles happening for my pile ones. You guys have a lot of really good things in store. Like I said, it might start off, the next 6 months might start off a bit rocky, or you may be a bit lonely, but don't worry about it, because it's just going to be a little bit of patience before things get back to where they're supposed to be at, or before things start to get to where they're supposed to be at. Like I said, I see you actually finding a community, creating a community around you, finding your tribe, but it's just going to take a little bit of time. So have patience and take those risks with this business opportunity or whatever opportunity this may be, because trust in it, for sure. Trust in it, because there's a lot of potential with that as well, and you're protected. So do not worry about this. Okay, so this is all that I'm seeing for my pile ones. Thank you guys so very much for tuning in. Let me take this time to thank your guides, my guides, our higher self, amazing spirit, for these messages. Hopefully you all come back to visit sometime soon. Please stay safe, stay blessed, and keep conquering the world. Bye guys. All right, in pile number 2, welcome to your reading. So we're going to be starting off with your tarot cards before getting to your oracle cards to see what exciting new changes and surprises that you have in store that you don't see coming over the next 6 months. So let's go ahead and get started. Your very first tarot card that we have here is the Knight of Swords. And then we have the Four of Wands in reverse. Okay. One major change here, pile 2, will be in the way that you protect your home and your family. It's like something gets activated in you and you adopt this fierce need to protect. So some of you will be getting married, having a child, expanding your family or your home, and naturally those feelings of protection sort of get conjured up as a package deal when you love someone or when you create something or when you're responsible for something or someone. So this feels like a new parent here. It's like a new parent vibe, new parent energy, and you're learning all this new information, how to take care of your family, how to parent this, that, the third. You start caring about things that you never thought about before. So this is like adopting a completely new lifestyle, new habits and routines to keep your loved ones safe. Like for instance, this could be like as well going vegan, using more solar powered energy, cutting off artificial sweeteners, less TV and less phones, looking into like air pollution, looking into heavy minerals in your water. It might just be things that you start to worry about that you never thought of before because you have this really fierce need and desire to protect something or someone that you really, really care about and love. So this is like cracking down in a sense, but it's for the betterment of your family and your loved ones. But there will be an event that kind of spurs you into action over the next 6 months. And this is you learning something, finding something out, getting information, and you cutting off certain habits that put you and your loved ones at risk. So this is a lot of excited energy around the home. If you are a new parent or end up becoming a parent in the next 6 months, let me say that you are going to be an amazing parent. You do not have to worry about that. You're going to be a good parent. I'm saying for those of you on track to becoming a parent, maybe a little bit stressed, maybe a little bit worried, especially if you are a first-time parent. This is kind of like, I'm a little stressed, I'm a little worried. I don't know if I have this parenting thing all the way down, but do not worry. I'm hearing that very clearly for you. Yeah, I got this really loud ringing in my right ear right now too. Do not worry. You're going to be a really good parent. And there's so much that you can't know right away. There's so much that you're not going to have perfected right away, but that's perfectly fine. I really do feel like your ancestors and angels are really going to guide you through a lot of things. And they're also going to invite a lot of people into your life and, information into your life that kind of helps you to parent better and to have more knowledge under your belt so that the way you can parent better. Now, another thing that I'm picking up as well, big message coming through here is some of you may be building a house from scratch, coming up with the plans and the blueprints and everything. You're going to be very hands-on in this process. This could also be renovations for some of you, reconstructing a part of your house or adding onto your home. Maybe like switching furniture around, painting the walls, getting new furniture, something like that. A lot of changes with the home, and quick changes, fast changes. Kind of like where you're just sitting down watching TV and like an ad comes across your screen for like a new like living room set or something, and you're like, you know what? And it just kind of activates you in a sense where you're just like spurred into action and you're like, I want to switch the whole living room. Like, I want to paint it. I want to get rid of all this furniture. It's going to be very, very, very quick change for you. Of course, this could as well be living abroad. And I know that we are in the middle of a pandemic, but these are the messages coming through. So take it as it resonates for you personally. But moving far away is a really big probability for my pile twos, like relocating your family and everything. Picking up, packing up you, your family, everything it is that you own and moving. Another major possibility here is living off grid. Again, take it as it resonates. If you are somebody that's like, I could never live off grid, then obviously this part of the message is not meant for you. Okay, so don't try to force a message. Don't try to figure out like that's something that's happening for you. But yeah, not having a permanent home, living in like a RV sort of style thing or like a tiny house or some sort of home that's mobile, very unconventional, but these are the messages coming through. I'm really seeing this as like a huge possibility for some of you here. There's so many people watching this reading. So I'm just kind of, these messages may seem really random, but that's because there's so many people watching these readings that are in this pile that I want to make sure that I get every message out that's coming to me. Okay, so if I seem like I'm talking a little bit fast, it's because I'm trying to get all these messages out before I forget them because they're coming through really, really fast and really strong. But yeah, Some of you as well expect an easier time when it comes to applying for that space. So this could be like an apartment or a house, a business space that you're interested in buying or renting, but you may not think that you'll get approved, as well as you could be selling something, selling a car, selling a home, selling a space, trying to lease it out to someone. I really do see that getting settled for you, and finding someone to sell something to, or finding someone to buy or rent from. So yeah, this could, like I said, be an apartment, a house, a business space, but you may not think that you're going to get approved. You may not think that you can find a buyer, but I see my pile twos getting approved for that place that you don't think is going to happen. I see you finding that buyer that you don't think you're going to find. Some of you as well, if you own a business or start one, will be expanding it over the next 6 months. So you may need to find a space to rent or a warehouse, or look into hiring more help. I see business expanding for you out of nowhere, and this spurs you into that quick action that we talked about. So many of you have a business out of your home as well, but within the next 6 months, you'll definitely need a bigger space, a more dedicated space to work out of it, okay? Watch out for your sleeping schedule. Some of you guys' sleeping schedule has been turned right side up, upside down, where you're kind of staying up all night sleeping throughout the day. Watch your sleeping schedule, especially with winter coming in here. Well, it depends on what hemisphere you live in the world, but if you live in a part of the world right now where winter is kicking in, watch your sleeping schedule, okay? For some reason, I don't see you getting as much daylight throughout the day, and somehow that could affect you, okay? So take it as it resonates. I'm not exactly sure why that's coming in, but yeah, take it as it resonates. Let's go on ahead and check out your oracle cards here. We'll just flip them all over. So we have here blame, and it says, I accept responsibility for my well-being, okay? Then we have here the sovereign, like the queen. And we have safe home. See that? I cast a circle round about safety now is beyond doubt. Yeah. So some of you guys are really, 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 I guess you could say, kind of concerned about your home. But yeah, blame. Let's start off with blame. This card is confirmation for what I was talking about earlier, making all of these radical changes to your home because you discover information that tells you, like, let's just say, for example, like the water that you've been drinking is polluted, or it has like heavy minerals, for example, and you kind of spur into this quick action. This, like it says here, I accept responsibility for my well-being. It's like you take the reins and start dictating what's okay and what is not, what's healthy and what is not. Moving on here to sovereign. Yeah, again, this is you taking a lot more control over your home, your life, and assuming that role of deciding what is best for everyone, like a sovereign or a queen would do. And safe home, I told you guys, this is all about you protecting your home, your space, your family. Also with this blame card, I mentioned earlier, there will be an event that happens that makes you sort of assume this role of caretaker, or, you know, head honcho in charge. So whoever else at the moment is making the decisions may at some point drop the ball, and you come in to pick up the pieces. But once you do so, you kind of decide, like, you know what? I'll take it from here. I can handle this. This is a I'll take it from here sort of mood. Like, thanks for your efforts, but I got it. You know, so expect to have the roles flipped or reversed. You may start making more money and end up as the breadwinner over the next 6 months as well. Like I said, I see a business plan taking off for a lot of my pile twos, where you may have to expand and get a new space or hire some extra help. And that could be what ends up reversing the power dynamics in your home. So especially if you're younger, like 18, 19, somewhere around there, you could start a blog or a site or a business or creating content or art or something that takes off, and you end up immediately having to become more of an adult, maybe moving out on your own and taking care of yourself and having more control over your own finances, having to make your own decisions. And no matter your age, either which way, if you have intuitively selected pile two, there's this theme here for my pile twos where you assume more of this boss role at home and possibly even in your career as well. So let me just shuffle. Let me just shuffle a couple of oracle cards here just to see if there's any additional messages over the next 6 months for you. Yeah, I definitely see you guys getting into like a position of kind of power. We have here patience. So have patience with something. That may be a very specific message for some of you, because we have the Knight of Swords energy down here, and that's not a very patient energy. Not at all. Let's see what else we get. Oh my gosh. We have a gateway. Yeah, so the next 6 months for you is kind of like this doorway or this portal. It's kind of like this rite of passage into a completely new, power. See what jumped out as I was talking? Power. So the next 6 months is kind of like a portal, a gateway, a doorway for you into having more power in your life. And then we have security. You see that? So yeah, this is like you creating your own security for sure. This is you guys, my pile 2s creating your own security. And then we have here inner peace as well underneath the deck. But yeah, I definitely see you guys creating more security. Like I said, this whole reading was about you really making sure that you have a safe home, a safe family, a safe place, a secure place to create, to work, to do what it is that you have to do. That way you're not worried about your loved ones. But yeah, for sure, very, very interesting reading. I see a lot of really good things coming for you guys, but most importantly, a huge switch up in dynamics, especially in terms of power, like I talked about earlier with the power dynamics. So yeah, this is all that I'm seeing for my pile 2s. Thank you guys for tuning in. Let me take this time to thank your guides, my guides, our higher self, amazing spirit, for these messages. Hopefully you all come back to visit sometime soon, but until next time, please stay safe, blessed, healthy, and keep conquering the world. Bye, guys. All right, and pile number 3, welcome to your reading. So we're going to be starting off with your tarot cards before getting to your oracle cards to check out and see what amazing new surprises, what changes that you have coming up over the next 6 months in your life that you may not be entirely aware of. So let's go on ahead and get started. The very first card that we have here is the High Priestess in reverse. And then we have the Nine of Cups. Interesting pair. Okay, so what I'm picking up here is you're going to get the last laugh in a painful situation, pile 3. You're going to prove a lot of people and opinions wrong. People thought that they had you figured out. They thought that they knew, but they will turn out to be very, very wrong. You may even have some people come back humbled, like on bended knee to apologize, but most of them won't, so don't expect it. But they'll definitely be watching you elevate and glow up from afar though, but their pride won't let them admit out loud that you surpassed them, that you surprised them. And I also see you being more happy. And I know that that seems like a small thing in a major changes reading, but I see you finally feeling good on your own, in your own skin. And this is you being happy on your own. The biggest thing changing here, pile 3, is how you feel about yourself. You may feel or have felt like a failure. And the next 6 months, something changes within you where you decide that you want to feel differently. And so you do. You decide, like, I'm sick of feeling like this. I'm sick of feeling down on myself. And so you just start taking the action steps to change that. And this is you wanting to get help or wanting to help yourself instead of being down on yourself. Instead of feeding into the doubts and the negative opinions of yourself, you actually cut that out of your belief system. It's like you cut off the supply to these doubts and these negative thoughts. So the biggest change for sure is in how you feel overall. Another thing here is some of you may move closer to the water or the beach or a coastline or somewhere more tropical. You may move somewhere where there's like a big lake nearby or a river, something like that. And that also may have a huge impact on your mood as well. I just see you enjoying a lot more of life in your surroundings. You weren't feeling this optimistic and upbeat before. And a lot of this is coming from you forgiving someone or something. And as well as this comes from you helping yourself. You'll also be inspiring other people with your story and the coping mechanisms and strategies that you use to help yourself. There's a really big realization that hits you, and it's this epiphany that changes your outlook. Some of you as well have some stage fright that you'll be overcoming. I know that sounds like a weird message here, but it could be like literal stage fright that you're afraid of, but most of it stems from fear of public consumption, being or speaking or performing in front of an audience or a group of people, and that completely is melting away for you over the next 6 months. You'll be able to interact and engage with people so open and honestly, and I keep saying a painting for some reason. Many of you have been creators for a long time, but something that you put out over the next 6 months will grab a lot of attention for you because you are able to create out of fun and not out of this place of doubt and lack. And that may be what I was picking up earlier about you proving people wrong that didn't believe in you. Whatever and wherever it is that people are expecting you to fail is where you'll be succeeding big time. You're going to be converting a lot of skeptics and dream killers to have more faith. But yeah, I'm saying, like, let's say that like you're a musician and you've been releasing songs for years. Over the next 6 months, there's going to be like one specific track that you put out that gains a lot of attention, and it'll be up to you to take that jump start from the universe and develop upon it, and kind of keep that attention. But this takes off for you because you finally give up trying with this High Priestess in reverse right here. You give up trying to make it big and instead just create because you are frustrated and exhausted and over it. And it's this one project that you're not expecting anything to happen, and boom, it takes off. And it's 555 right now. So 5 may be a really impactful number for you over the next 6 months. You may notice 5 a lot, but 5 also represents kind of like the point of no return. It's like the halfway mark before we get to 10, which is completion. So yeah, for sure, there is a huge turning point for you over the next 6 months. The next 6 months is like this 555 energy where it's like huge changes are about to hit. And so there's a lot, the tides are turning a lot for you. It's just a matter of you getting to that place to where you're like, damn it, I'm so sick of like busting my ass trying to make this happen. When you get to that point where you're so frustrated that you're just like, fuck it, I'm just gonna make music or just create or do what it is that I do because I enjoy to do it, or just because I'm used to this routine. When you're kind of in that zone is going to be the one project that takes off. That's the funny thing that I'm seeing here. Let's go ahead and check out you guys' oracle cards here. See what else it is that we're seeing. We'll just turn them all over. So we have here sacred sexuality. Very interesting. Then we have harmony. And it says, as I create, I will share harmony divine with love and care. Okay. And then we have here failure. I understand that a mistake is only an opportunity to learn. Yeah. Okay. So So starting off with harmony, I was just using that as an example, but some of you are artists or musicians, and this card is confirmation that your best work has yet to be created, but you are about to. Because you get into harmony and alignment, you get into that flow state. Harmony does not try to harmonize, right? It just does. And this is a matter of you flowing, pile 3. This is a matter of you getting into that state where it's like, I'm not creating to be successful. I'm not creating to make money. I'm not creating to prove people wrong. I'm creating just simply because this is what I do. This is my purpose. This is my passion. This is why I'm here. I'm owning that. I'm claiming that. And that's it. Just really simplify why it is that you do what you love to do. Simplify it. The moment that you do and you kind of release all of these expectations and all this pressure that you're putting on yourself, the moment that you do and you get into that flow state, boom, something is taking off like crazy. And then moving on to failure right here. This is what some of you have heard from other people. This is what some of you are terrified of, and it's natural. But it's also like you're trying to escape the clutches of failure. But it's when you stop trying to escape this fear, when you stop running, when you stop creating out of fear of failure, or when you stop creating out of spite to prove people wrong, that's when you meet your success. And didn't I mention earlier too, I think that was this pile, that some of you feel like you failed in life or like you're a failure? I think that was this pile. If so, that's insane because that's the exact word. But yeah, there's so many messages that's coming through, so I'm not for sure that this was your pile, but if I did say that, then this is what's changing in the next 6 months. You won't feel like a failure anymore, pile 3, and in fact, you're actually going to turn around your own luck. You're actually going to create your own luck in a sense. And then sacred sexuality is just another manifestation of harmony. It's the merging of divine energies, masculine and feminine. Sexual energy can also be channeled into creative energy. So my pile 3s, another big change for you is also within your intimate personal sex life, actually connecting with your sexual partners and developing more intimacy. So sex is also about to become a lot more divine for you. So my pile 3s are in for a physical experience that feels highly spiritual and changes your whole outlook on the body, sex, and intimacy in general, but as well as too just you learning how to get into this flow state and releasing this feeling of like being a failure is also going to help when it comes to your intimacy and your intimate life. Okay, so let me go on ahead and I just want to shuffle a couple of cards, a couple of oracle cards here. You can think of some things I'm shuffling. Let's just see if there's any additional messages for the next 6 months for my pile 3s. So we have wisdom, a lot of lessons coming in for you over the next 6 months, a lot of lessons, a lot of wisdom. Like I said, you're going to be able to inspire a lot of people by just you sticking to your guns. Wait, hold on. I don't like when more than one card falls out. So let me just keep shuffling. Then we have purification. Yeah, this is really you too, releasing that feeling of failure, releasing that fear, as well as purification too. Like I said, is you guys just being happier, you reaching a state where you just feel more lighthearted. You feel like you're operating at a higher frequency or a higher vibration. Okay, I don't like when more than one card flips out. Yeah. So this is definitely you guys operating at a higher vibration and just feeling purified, feeling better, feeling lighter, feeling happier, feeling more gratitude. Then we have here stillness. So there may even be a few bouts of kind of like stillness, going into your bubble, going into your cave and creating or working or spending some time with yourself. Because like I said, I really do see you guys just being happier. And so being stillness, being in solitude may actually contribute to this change in your mood. And then we have here freedom. So there's also a sense of you guys feeling freer. So it's kind of what I was talking about, just you feeling a lot better. We have flexibility underneath the deck here too. But yeah, kind of like what I was talking about with the freedom card, where you just feel better. You just feel like you get into that state of flow, like a bird, like how a bird flies. A bird flies with the air. It cooperates with the air. Harmony, like I was talking about harmony earlier. Harmony does not try to harmonize, you know, it just flows like a bird. A bird doesn't try to fly, he flies. So it's the same exact thing with you. That's where a lot of your freedom is going to come in at. That's where this feeling of freedom is going to come in at. I don't know that it's necessarily freedom, but it feels like freedom. You're going to feel more free because you're going to be vibrating at such a higher frequency. You're going to feel more in that state of flow, and the higher frequency that we are operating on, think of a bird in a sense. Like the higher up a bird goes, the easier it is for them to fly. It's kind of like that when we're dealing with our vibrational frequency. The higher your frequency, the easier it is for you to get into those states of flow and to really align and harmonize with the universe. And that is where a lot of this purification is coming from. That's where a lot of wisdom is going to end up coming from too. And as well as there's going to be a lot of wisdom in your failures, your past failures, the things that have disappointed you in life, the things that you have had to work against and work with in life. There's a lot of wisdom coming from that because you did not give up. And so you're definitely going to be rewarded for this. But yeah, this is all that I'm seeing for my pile 3s. Thank you guys for tuning in. Let me take this time to thank your guides, my guides, our higher self, amazing spirit, for these messages. Hopefully you all come back to visit sometime soon. But until next time, please stay safe, stay blessed, and keep conquering the world. Bye guys. All right, and pile number 4, welcome to your reading. So we're going to be starting off your tarot cards before getting to your oracle cards to see what changes and surprises you have on your way in the next 6 months. Some changes and surprises that you're not expecting. So let's go ahead and check this out. Very first tarot card that we have here is the 6 of Cups. And then we have the Queen of Cups. Okay. You're really going to be discovering yourself on a deep soul level over the next 6 months, pile 4. I see a lot of you investing in astrological chart assessments, numerology readings, getting a past life reading or like a human design chart reading done, just diving into self-study. As well as this is you talking about your past with someone else. Many of you that have intuitively selected pile 4 don't necessarily talk about super personal experiences. You prefer to not dissect your own past, but here over the next 6 months, one of the biggest unseen changes happening for you is you opening up and really allowing yourself to emote, to feel. You have a lot of emotional suppression that will be flooding, almost like pouring out of you in these next coming months. Some of you may get into feminism even at some point, or women's studies, something to do with feminine power, feminine energy. Even if you are a male, I see you redefining your relationship to the feminine and the way it is that you see feminine energy. And this in part has to do with you reconnecting to your emotions. There's also a reconciliation happening over the next 6 months. Someone coming back into your life, but at the same time, this is you closing the door on someone else. You see how this queen is looking down at this closed chalice in her hand? Yeah, there's someone in your life that you'll never see or speak to again, and not out of like anger, not out of something tragic. It doesn't feel like that, but it feels like you just kind of deciding or making a choice as to who you want in your life, as well as some of you are rekindling a relationship with an old childhood friend that could potentially become a romantic partner for you. And I don't know if I should mention this because I would hate to spoil this, but engagement is also highly likely for this pile. I can visually see where this is happening for some of you. This is like a beach proposal or it happening on vacation. I see it happening at night. But I just heard surgery as well. Okay, there's a lot of random messages coming in for this reading. All of the piles so far have been really random messages. So just like bear with me, be patient with me, because there's so many people watching this reading that I'm trying to get out every single message to make sure that everybody hears what they need to hear. So yeah, and I may be talking a little bit fast because I'm trying to get this out before I forget. But I just heard the word surgery. So some of you may be going in for a cosmetic procedure or elective surgery to change your body to more of what you think you look like in your mind. Okay, so if that resonates with you, it's like in your mind where you see your body differently than what it actually is. And some of you are going to pull the trigger and just go on ahead and get the procedure done so your body can match what you feel it looks like in your mind. Some of you as well have a child that's getting engaged in the next 6 months, or they're meeting someone that they fall head over heels in love with, like really, 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 really beautiful relationship. And I don't mean to be reading your child, but this seems like a really beautiful match here. Like the type of relationship that you as a parent do not have to worry about. Like you can trust this person, you can trust this connection. They're going to make your child very happy. But yeah, you won't have to worry about this. And their person may be someone of a different race, or they may come from like a different country, something like that, a different background. Okay, I'm done reading your child's energy. I'm sorry. But it was there and I had to say it. So that could have been their engagement that I was saying too. Now, obviously, if you don't have kids, or if you do have kids, but they're not even like adult age, then obviously that message did not apply to you, so don't try to force it. Yeah, this could definitely be maybe somebody around you getting engaged, maybe like a friend or a cousin or a sibling or something like that. But yeah, so there's also a huge chance that many of you heal the relationship that you have with your mom. So if you haven't spoken to your mom, you guys will either be speaking or seeing each other in the next few months, and it won't be a disaster. Their walls will be down, they won't be as defensive, and you guys will be able to really talk about everything that's happened. It's like they're ready to take responsibility for the relationship. So that's really, really, really good news I'm saying for some of you here. And I can't help but see there's someone around you that's meeting a romantic partner. It could be your mom even that meets a romantic partner, or it could be like your grandma or a child, again, that meets someone really special. I don't know why, but this message will not go away. I'm trying to get it to go away, but it won't. Okay, so you may also be taking a trip somewhere that has colder climate. I'm seeing snow and skiing and hot chocolate and winter clothes and, big boots, things like that for, very, very, you guys, you're just going to have to bear with me here. There's such random messages coming in from sentence to sentence. I normally like for my readings to be like nice and concise and for them to kind of flow like a story. But this is just like plastic surgery and then your grandma could be getting engaged. I mean, it's so all over the place. So just work with me here. But yeah, so like I was saying, yeah, you could definitely be taking a trip, a vacation somewhere that's cold. But that feels like it's only for a portion of you. It might not apply to everyone, but there's really exciting stuff here for my pile fours. Like y'all got some pretty exciting things happening over the next 6 months. Let's go ahead and check out your oracle cards here. See what else it is that we're seeing. Let me make sure first that I'm not seeing anything else though. Something about the Six of Cups looks really, really interesting. Someone could also give you a car. I know that sounds weird, but someone could also give you a car. Give you a car or a place to stay. It's like they don't need this house or they don't need this apartment or they don't need this car, and it's like you kind of move in and take it. Yeah, let me just go on. Let's check out the cards. So we have here strength, and it says strength, stability in this hour, endurance, stamina, I empower. Okay. Then we have here the Weaver. And adversity. I accept the challenges are the best way to learn. Okay. Starting off with adversity, I accept the challenges are the best way to learn is again you and someone else squaring away your differences, coming back into each other's lives and making amends, forgiving each other, talking out your issues and realizing we can move past this. Like with this card, I see you and someone that has not spoken in a while laughing again, just like it was old times. It's like nothing's changed about your connection. The bond is still there. It's like you guys just kind of pick up where you left off. And it seems like you guys really miss each other too. And I think that's how you're able to sort of get right back to where it is that you left off in a sense. Moving on over here to the Weaver, you've got a lot of relationships surrounding you, pile four. Again, this is about reconnecting. Even though you and someone have not spoken in a long time, you're still connected, like what I was saying. If anything, you guys having these differences and being out of each other's lives made your relationship stronger, or it made you appreciate your connection more, which I know sounds weird, but it's like you guys have a lot more love and appreciation for each other because you remember not being in each other's lives. So you're going to get to see how much someone missed you and how much you missed them if there's someone that's been absent from your life. Take it as it resonates. Do not force this message to fit if it does not. Like, obviously, if you're like, I don't have friends or family, then obviously that message is not for you. But for those of you that have been separated from someone in your life, I definitely see a very big possibility. I see it for sure, honestly. You guys coming back into each other's lives and really being able to just kind of pick back up where you left off. It feels like family for a lot of you. I'm not going to lie, this feels like family. It feels like a mother figure. It honestly too feels a lot like your father figure. So even if you have issues with your father, there's like a lot of feminine energy surrounding this relationship where it's just like you guys really love and miss each other. And then the Strength card right here, this is what I mentioned earlier, you finally making amends with your emotions and not feeling annoyed by them or frustrated by them, but actually feeling empowered and like you have a better sense of understanding of the self. So this is like you pulling strength from your own emotions and your own ability to intuitively emote and your own ability to use the emotional intelligence that you have. So you guys are really going to be learning a lot about your emotions, as well as you're going to be gaining a lot of intelligence about your emotions. So I'm going to go on ahead and shuffle a couple of more oracle cards here. You guys can think of something, ask a question as I'm shuffling. You may get an answer for it. Let's see. Pile 4. 6 months. Okay, so we have delight here. Yeah. Yeah. Heaviness is leaving from a relationship of yours. And then we have adventures. Oh, didn't I mention you guys taking a trip to like a cold place or something like that? That could definitely be happening then. That could definitely be happening. Let's see what else we get. I really don't like it when more than one card falls out. I really, really don't. So let's see what else we get. Like I can probably do 2 cards falling out, but not 3. Yeah, so we have here the card of action. Yeah. And action for me just feels like resuming, picking back up where we left off. Picking back up where we left off, as well as taking some action when it comes to processing your emotions, when it comes to having conversations, when it comes to dealing with people, when it comes to saying, yeah, I miss you, when it comes to just being real about what you're feeling. And then 2, we have in this action card, a picture of the ocean, a picture of the water, much like this Queen of Cups right here. Just a lot of feminine energy surrounding your relationships. And then we have protection. This relationship, whatever it is, has been protected. And there was something about you guys leaving each other's lives that ended up kind of as well too protecting this connection, protecting this relationship, because like I said, now you guys have a much more appreciation for each other and being in each other's lives. Underneath the deck here we have fulfillment. So yeah, this is definitely you guys making amends with someone, which is really, really beautiful. Maybe taking a few adventures here and there, and just feeling a lot more light. You know, just feeling a lot more light and not as weighed down emotionally, which is really beautiful. So this is all that I'm saying for my pile 4s. Let me take this time to thank your guides, my guides, our higher self, amazing spirit for these messages. Hope you all come back to visit sometime soon. But until next time, please stay safe, stay blessed, and keep conquering the world. Bye, guys. All right, in pile number 5, welcome to your reading. So we're going to be starting off with your tarot cards before getting to your oracle cards to see what major changes are in store for you over the next 6 months. Changes that you don't see coming. So let's go on ahead and get started with your tarot cards. The very first card that we have is the Empress, okay? And then the Ten of Swords. All right, so we started out strong. But no, it's not bad. None of the cards in tarot are bad. All right, so what I'm picking up here, you are changing jobs or careers over the next 6 months, pile 5. This is as well sticking a pin in a business or a project that you had a hand in creating. I see you tearing the entire project down and starting over. So for instance, if you were like a musician, this is you trashing like your whole EP or the album that you've been working on and starting over from scratch. Very star card energy here. This also may be some of you breaking an engagement or a prior commitment that you made to someone. If you are currently going through a divorce, then this is the divorce getting settled for you. If you are working out like a custody agreement with someone, that is getting decided on. This is settlements happening left and right for you over the next 6 months. Things that have been up in the air or looming over you, hanging on by a thread, it's finally getting handled for you so that you can move on. But this is you having a hand in creating something with the Empress and deciding to end it yourself with the Ten of Swords. Some of you too, this is big pivot energy right here. Some of you may be moving out of the city into more of like a suburban sort of area or like a woodsy sort of area where you have a lot more yard space or land. You're around more nature. You're a bit more secluded than normal, a lot more privacy for you. This is a big interest coming into with holistic medicine and healing practices, getting into like herbal remedies, stepping away from like allopathic medicine to relying more on plant-based foods and medicines. Now, some of you could be the reversal of this and you deciding to move into a more congested area like the city life with this Ten of Swords right here, because maybe you grew up in the suburbs and you've been living there for a while and maybe you want to switch up in scenery. Some of you as well could even be having a C-section when you deliver within the next 6 months unexpectedly, as well as fertility treatments. I'm seeing here there's a lot of treatment like medicine, natural remedies coming through for you, just a healthier lifestyle. But yes, you could be embarking on a fertility journey. Some of you too may be moving to, how do I say this? I don't even know what this will be called. Some of you may be moving to a place where like the governing style is different. So like maybe like moving from like a democracy to a monarchy. I don't know how to say it. I'm an American if you can't tell, but it's a possibility here that you move from like, I don't know, like a place, to a place with a different type of government. I don't know how to say that, but yeah, there's also a message here for some of you working or getting started in working with the environment or flowers in general, floral arrangements, landscaping, design, something like that as well. You could definitely pick up some work in activism too. There's going to be major focus on your appearance over the next 6 months. I know that these messages are coming in really just like all over the place. It's been like that every single reading so far. But I'm just trying to get everything out that the way everybody can hear their message. Everyone that came here can hear their message, because there's just so much information I'm getting bombarded with in messages. But yeah, so just bear with me here. Your appearance, you may be changing your appearance over the next 6 months. Major changes to how you look, especially if you've been someone that kind of like wears the same kind of clothes or the same hairstyles for a really long time. You're going to get this urge to just really change it up. Maybe even get tattoos or piercings. You'll be wearing a lot more self-expression in a sense. So it's kind of like your personality is going to come out a lot more in your appearance. You could even like be changing up the way that you dress to like a more bohemian style. There's just something very goddess-like about your pile, about your energy, about your reading. And if you're a man, then just apply it in that way. However it is that you identify. If you identify with more masculine energy, then you may be dressing up in like a lot more suits or more business attire, where you just look a lot more regal, a lot more like important almost, in a sense. I don't really know how to describe that type of like clothing style. But yeah, so like if you identify with more so feminine energy, then you could be changing up your style to where it's like more bohemian, where you kind of look more like goddess in the woods. I know this sounds really weird, but it's just, this is what I'm getting here, is what I'm picking up, especially with this Empress card right here. You guys are going to be looking like literal star seeds that just fell out of the sky and onto planet Earth. But that's definitely what I'm seeing here. Let me see what else. Watch your water over the next 6 months, like wherever it is that you live, like your city, your state, your town, wherever it is that you live. If there's like especially if you end up moving, make sure that you check out the water. I know it's a random message, but random messages just coming in. Let's go ahead and check out your oracle cards. So we have here victory. I shall celebrate and I shall rise. I will let victory make me wise. Okay. Then we have here get creative. All right. Like we were talking about in a sense, because we have the Empress card right here. That's very creative energy. And then we have growth. I want to expand my consciousness and my awareness, which definitely, this growth card could definitely be talking about this Ten of Swords energy down here. So yeah, growth, victory, and get creative. Exactly. This is you getting really creative with your style and appearance, as well as too, like I mentioned earlier, you may be ending a project that you started, or a relationship, job, career, move, something like that. Like let's say like last year you moved to a different state or something. You might be moving back home, or you might be moving to another area over the next 6 months, because you're just kind of like, it's like you change your mind. Like I said, this is like pivot energy, where you're kind of going in one direction and you're like, oh, not really feeling this anymore, and you just kind of switch it up. This isn't a bad thing. This is actually just you kind of experimenting, finding yourself, seeing what it is that you like, seeing where it is that you fit, seeing what works for you, you know. Definitely some pivoting, sort of change up is happening here. Yeah, you may end up having a last minute change of heart that inspires you to get more creative as well, in terms of where do you want to go from here? That's where you're growing. You are growing a lot through the personal experience that you pick up over the next 6 months. You changing your mind, moving from this place to that place, experimenting with this sort of appearance versus that sort of appearance, or something like that. All the experimenting that you're doing is going to really help you to grow into the person that you are meant to be, into the person that you feel like you are. And even though you end up stopping something or changing your mind, it's a really successful decision for you. I have to stress that, like, you changing your mind is a really good thing. And if you've been a single parent for some time, you've got a partner coming in that embraces you and your child or children like their own and wanting to create a space and a home and a family life with you, which is really beautiful here. That was a last minute message that came through heavy, but it's beautiful. So let's go on ahead. I'm just going to shuffle a couple of more oracle cards here just to see if there's any additional messages that I may have missed. You can think of something as I'm shuffling. Yeah, you guys see that? Change. And it's 11/11 right now. 11/11 may be a really big number for you over the next 6 months. But yeah, change. This is what I was talking about. Your pile is all about change. Let me change this up. Let me try this. Let me try that. Oh, gonna change my mind. Nope, don't want to do this anymore. Change, but it's a really good thing for you. It's really good for you. Actually, let me put this up here. It's really good for you, pile 5. Let's see what else we get. Too many cards, too many cards. Oh God. Okay, simplicity. That was the next card that came out. So yeah, that was that message that I was picking up earlier where you might move out of the city into like a more secluded area. Then we have, look, new beginnings. See all this change around you guys? There's a lot of change around my pile 5s here. A lot of change. Jesus, okay. Just get one more. And then we have, look, we've got success for my pile 5s. I told you this change is really good. We've got success and victory, you guys. So this is really good. And then we have abundance underneath the deck. Oh my God, pile 5. Pile 5, I feel like I need to get your number because you're about to be popping in the next 6 months. Definitely, I'm excited for my pile 5s. You guys got a lot of really good fortune coming in. Like I said, that change, this change that you're feeling kind of inspired to take, really good news for you. And it's crazy too, because I was kind of joking in the beginning, like we started out really strong, really good with this Empress card, then it went to the Ten of Swords, but that's why I say like none of the cards are bad or negative in tarot. And as you can see, we've got change, new beginning, success, victory, abundance, simplicity. The Empress card, you guys are good. Growth, get creative. You guys are really good. Okay, so yeah, this Ten of Swords is actually a good omen for my pile 5s. But this is all that I'm saying for you guys. Like I said, leave your number down below so that the way I can hit you guys up when you're popping. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. Let me take this time to thank your guides, my guides, our higher self, amazing spirit for these messages. Hopefully you all come back to visit sometime soon. Please stay safe, stay blessed, keep conquering the world, stay healthy, and I'll be back next time. Bye guys. All right, in pile number 6, welcome to your reading. So we're going to be starting off with your tarot cards before getting to your oracle cards to see what major changes you have in store for you over the next 6 months. These changes and surprises that you don't see coming. So let's go on ahead and get the tea. So the very first tarot card that we have here is the Queen of Swords in reverse. All right. And then we have the Page of Cups. Okay. So one of the major changes that I see happening with you, pile 6, is in a relationship of yours. There may be a relationship, partnership, friendship, some sort of ship where it seems like you're always the one pursuing them. You are always the one to call or give gifts or to set up dates or give compliments. You're always the one trying to make time, trying to see them, trying to be in their life. You know, you're always the one putting in the effort. It's always you putting yourself out there. But in the next 6 months, pile 6, I see those roles reversing, where instead of you chasing them, they'll be chasing you. This may even be happening at work for you, where you take more of a leadership position. So you could definitely be getting a promotion soon at some point here. And this is a weird message, but you won't have to do customer service anymore. So you may be the one dealing with like the fallout and crisis management at work, something like that. But that'll kind of be like a past position for you over the next few months. If that's a role that you have, at work right now, I don't really see you filling that position anymore. I see them kind of moving you on to a different position. I also see my pile 6 people physically toning, like more muscle definition, as well as too, some of you may end up in a relationship with someone that is younger than you, or they make less money than you do, but it really works for you guys. Like it really, really works, and you guys fit well together. And if you are currently doing online dating, keep doing that, because that may be where you meet your next romantic partner. Some of you as well had to work online, or you had to take your work and business online because of the pandemic. But I see you physically returning to some form of work for you in the next 6 months. I also see you settling some sort of rivalry or competition. And this could be at work, but it feels more so like in your personal life. And let me just go ahead and warn you guys, like every single pile so far has been really random messages like this coming through. I don't know what's going on, but there's just so many random messages coming through, and I'm trying to get it all out. So if I'm talking a little bit fast, that's because I'm trying to make sure that I don't forget any messages. I don't want to miss any messages, because I want to make sure that everybody gets to hear the message that they came here to get, that the message that their ancestors and angels sent you here to get. So there's going to be a lot of weird messages. Normally I like for my readings to kind of flow like a story in a sense, but that's not happening here today. So yeah, just a warning, maybe some really random messages just coming in like this. Okay. So yeah. Could be some sort of rivalry or competition that I see you kind of settling. There's like someone that's envious of you, or they watch you closely, or they may try to copy a lot of what you do, but I see you getting the upper hand over them and actually calling them out on it and proving it. There may have been someone around in the past that you always had this weird like competitive energy or relationship with, but neither of you really admitted to it or acknowledged it. But in the next few months, it's going to be very clear that this person was jealous or was copying you or stealing ideas. You're going to expose someone, because this Queen of Swords is in reverse. She's stoic, poised, politically correct when she is upright, but in reverse and next to the Page of Cups, this is going deeper than the surface layer mask and deeper into the guts of someone's feelings, of someone's true feelings. And you'll be able to see, or you'll be able to say like, I told you so. Like, I told you they had an issue with me, or I told you they were stealing my ideas, that they were copying me. Especially too, if this is like an in-law or the family members of someone that you're dating or with, and you always got a weird feeling about your person's family, you'll be able to prove to your partner, like, I told you there's something off about them, or I told you that they feel some type of way about me. So you'll finally be able to settle that and deal with it and kind of like pull the covers off of the situation, because it's like, it's almost like a situation where this feels like, you know how somebody will try to gaslight you and be like, no, you're crazy. No, that's not really happening. That's not really happening. I feel like somebody's really trying to hide how they feel. Like there's just like a lot of weird energy here where it's like they throw the rock and hide their hand. And it's just like, you're sick of this shit. And it's like every time you turn around, they're hiding their hands. And they're like, I don't have any rocks in my hand. But you know, they're hiding their hand full of rocks behind their back. So it's like you're gonna finally catch them, and it's like you're not just gonna see them do it, you're gonna catch them on video, you're gonna broadcast it and put it the hell out there. So you know, I definitely do see that happening here. It could as well be your family too that you're kind of dealing with this with, like a sibling rivalry or something like that. Now what's going to set this into motion though is something going right for you, like you buying a car, getting your place, getting into another relationship, getting engaged, getting that job. And this person just simply cannot hide their jealousy, and they're going to expose their damn selves. But you'll be able to say like that you knew it. You'll be able to always say like, I've been trying to tell you guys, I've been trying to tell you, I'm not hating, I'm not crazy, I'm not jealous, I'm not suspicious, I'm not anxious. I've been trying to tell you guys that something's off with this person. They've been targeting me, they've been doing something. So I see you finally being able to prove that, so that the way people don't think that you're just being sensitive or just feeling some type of way, or that you're being petty. But it's like, no, like we can actually believe you now. It's ridiculous that it took all this, but you know, you're finally going to be able to get that proven. You're definitely finally going to be able to get that proven. You may even get a couple of apologies from people just being like, sorry that I didn't believe you, you know? So yeah, for sure. This is you kind of blowing the cover on somebody that is like an undercover asshole. No other way to say it. Let's go ahead and check out you guys' oracle cards. Make sure I'm not missing anything. Really specific message. Something with bank account keeps coming up. If you guys are applying for a job at like a bank or accounting or something with finances, really specific message, probably only for a few of you, but if you are applying for some sort of job that has to deal with finances or accounting or crunching numbers, I see you getting that. Let's see, we have, oh look, very first card. We have manifest. Then we have dream sweet, sleep deep, sleep that's deep and lasts till morn, wondrous dreams for days reborn. Okay. And then we have gratitude. I am thankful for this life and the opportunities that it presents. Gratitude, manifest, and dream sweet, sleep deep. So yeah, see, you'll be manifesting some sort of success or some big blessing, and you're going to feel so grateful for these gifts. Life is looking really good and blessed for my pile 6 over the next 6 months. And dream sweet, sleep deep sounds a lot to me like protection. You being protected cosmically and spiritually from this envy and this competitive energy, so that the way you can collect all of these beautiful, wonderful blessings without always having to look over your shoulder to see who's out to get you and steal your joy. So this person has really been, they've been very manipulative, and they've been very, very calculated when it comes to how they sort of deal with you, when it comes to how they sort of target you. This person's been very, very calculated, but they're not getting away for this shit for that much longer. So they should really enjoy themselves now, because you're like, I'm telling you, they're about to get found out, and they're not really going to be able to deal with the fact that people know how they truly feel, because this person is used to being a manipulator in a sense. And it's like you're the only one that can see through their bullshit. You're the only one that can see them. And you're just like looking around like, how are you guys drinking the Kool-Aid? Like, how do you guys not see this person for who they are? But yeah, you won't have to look over your shoulder anymore to see if this person's trying to steal your joy or get to you or get under your skin. So this is a lot of blessings as well as protection coming in. So your spiritual team is exposing someone that's been out to get you for a while, but this is really good news, because this is really good news for you, really bad news for them, but this is their own making. So if this resonates, this is their own making. So I'm just going to shuffle a couple more oracle cards. You can think of a message if you'd like, or you can think of a question if you'd like. You may get an answer. I'm just trying to see if there's any additional messages that I may have missed. So we have here freedom. Yeah, freedom from the bullshit. See? You know the saying, all that bullshit's for the birds? Yeah, this will be, this is you flying high right over all the mess. Look at this, happiness. See, you guys are going to be able to dream sweet, sleep deep. Am I saying that right? Yeah. You're going to be able to dream sweet, sleep deep. Like, this person is not, you have a lot of good coming to you, a lot of happiness, a lot of good, a lot of fortunate energy coming to you. Ooh, oh my gosh. I don't think I dropped one. Okay, no. Yeah, you guys have a lot of fortunate energy coming to you. Potential. We also have potential here. So potential, maybe you kind of making something out of nothing. I just heard. Oh, bank account. Maybe you guys are you guys in the stocks? Huh. You guys might be in the stocks or something like that. Making something out of nothing. Could be investing money over the next 6 months. So I did get that late message about a bank account. kept saying bank account. And then we have here standstill. So this is like being able to, like I said, to dream sweet, sleep deep, where you don't have to worry about this person anymore. Then we have voyage. So some of you as well could be taking a trip, something like that, flying over the water, taking a big trip. I know we're in the middle of a pandemic, so take it as it resonates. Like, not everybody is not moving around. Some people are still traveling and stuff like that. So, you know, if you're somebody that's still traveling or is willing to travel during this pandemic, then yeah, take it as it resonates. You could be traveling, could be taking a vacation or something like that. But yeah, for sure, I do see a lot of really good things coming to you guys, with this freedom, happiness, gratitude, manifest, dream sweet, sleep deep, standstill potential. You guys also as well have a lot of ancestry coming through here too, with the standstill card right here. You definitely have a lot of ancestry coming through. Ancestors protecting you, things like that, especially from this person that has been very calculated and very manipulative. But you're blowing their cover. They're not gonna like it, but oh well, they deserve it. But yeah, a lot of really good fortunate energy that's due to you, that's been due to you for a long time. I see you collecting it finally, which is really beautiful. So pile 6, this is all that I'm saying for your reading. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I want to thank your guides, my guides, our higher self, amazing spirit, for these messages. Hopefully you all come back to visit sometime soon. But until next time, please stay safe, stay blessed, and keep conquering the world. Bye guys.